Welcome to CashSmart. The purpose of this short video is to help explain the procedure required to generate a quotation with the CashSmart online shop. Firstly, making a purchase in CashSmart is essentially the same as any other online e-commerce shop. The procedure is fundamentally selecting a product or products, adding them to your cart, reviewing the cart and making any changes and updates necessary, and then finally going through to the checkout procedure and filling in your details, choosing a payment method and completing the transaction. It is the same here at CashSmart. You'll notice that I've chosen a product, the CashSmart CS7155 coin and note counter, and looking at the product I can see its overview, its information, and the facility to add it to my shopping cart, which I'm going to do. I get a notification indicating that it is now in the cart. I've decided that I also wish to add another product, in this case the coin sorter trays, which I'm going to select. And I'm also going to add those to my shopping cart. And now I want to view the shopping cart, make any changes if necessary. I can review the products that I've added, the prices, my final total including the VAT that I'm required to pay, and I can now proceed to the checkout. Making a purchase with CashSmart does not require that you create an account, but it does require that you, as per normal, fill in your billing details, which are necessary for your invoice and any other documentation that will be sent to you upon completion of the transaction. So that you would do at this point, and at the bottom of this page you would see the products that you will be purchasing, the final price for those products, including the VAT, and the payment gateway at this point being the South African PayFast gateway, where you can pay with a credit or debit card. Once you place the order at the bottom, you will be transferred to that payment gateway where the final transaction will take place. You will receive your invoice and the products will be shipped to you in due course. So that is the procedure for a standard purchase on the CashSmart online shop. But if you wish to make or generate a quotation prior to making a purchase, then let's have a quick look at how that is done. A quotation requires that you create an account at CashSmart, and to do that you will notice that there's a Get a Quote option in the menu up at the top. If you click on the Get a Quote option, you will be presented with a page to either log in to an existing account or to register a new account. If this is your first time at CashSmart and you wish to create a quote, you will need to register a new account, which we're going to do in this instance. So let's create a fictitious account for somebody called John Doe. We'll set up all the relevant information that we need for this person, and we will register this account. When the account is registered, you will now be sent to your My Quotes dashboard, where you will see that your name that you've just registered should indicate that this is your account, and you're able to edit the account details and password, username, etc. At the bottom of that dashboard, you can also update your quotation address, which we're going to do now so that we don't have to do that when we finally submit the quote at the final procedure. So here we can edit the address for this particular person. All the areas marked with an asterisk are what need to be updated. So we're just going to fill in some basic information for this person. He lives in Durban in KwaZulu-Natal, and we'll need to add in a postcode. And I can save that address information, which will update it in My Quotes dashboard. And you'll see that that has now occurred successfully and appears at the bottom for your quote address. If your My Quotes dashboard is not showing any quotes that you have previously generated, as is in the case of this one, then you've either got a brand new account, which we've generated, or you have already logged into an account but not created any quotes. So how do you create a quote? Well, you create a quote the same way that you would make a purchase. Once you have logged into the account, go to the products that you wish to generate a quote for. Let's go back to the CashSmart CS7155 coin and note counter. And you'll notice now, because I'm logged into an account, the difference is instead of add to cart, I've got add to quote. So I'm now going to add that to the quotation, and effectively you are getting the same view, whereas you previously saw view cart, you now view quote. Let's go back and add our coin sorter trays. The little red chaps here, which we'll also add to our quotation. And the same procedure To view the cart, now is view quote, so I'm going to view that quotation. There are the products that I wish to generate a quote for. Here is the subtotal for those products, inclusive of the tax. Here, finally, instead of proceed to checkout, I've got add details, which I've already done from my account, and send the quote request. So here is the request quote option. There are the billing details that I filled in earlier from my quotation dashboard. There are the products I wish to add to this quote. Here is the final total, inclusive of the South African VAT. And instead of going through the PayFast gateway, I'm now going to use the CashSmart quotation facility where no payment will be taken. So I'm going to submit my quote request, and the quote is going to be generated for those products that I've added to the quote. There they are, and an email has already been sent to you with this particular quote where you can review those products exactly the same way that you see them here in front of you. The two products that I've opted using the CashSmart quotation procedure with the final total, my customer details, and billing address. If I return back to my quote dashboard, I can see that I've got a logout option because I am logged in. So if I return to the Get a Quote dashboard, the quote that I have just generated has now been added to my quotes dashboard, and I can view that at any time. Exactly the same information that has been sent as an email. There is the information, the final total with the VAT, the customer details, and billing address that you will have already received as an email with that quotation included. So the option now is up to you to decide what you want to do. If you want to review that quotation and approve it, then you decide, for example, that you may wish to make that purchase. So how do we do that? Well, to make the purchase, we simply need to log out of our account, and we are returned back to the standard CashSmart online shop, where we can now proceed to those same products, the coin and note counters, in this case the CS7155, and because we have logged out of the account, I've now returned the CashSmart online shop to the Add to Cart facility. So I can select those products that I wish to purchase now, add them to the cart, review the cart, and proceed to a checkout using the PayFast gateway and making the final transaction with payment. The products will be shipped in due course. You'll receive an invoice and the transaction is completed. We hope that this has clarified the difference between making a standard purchase and generating a quote with the CashSmart online shop, and we look forward to seeing you soon and doing business with you. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.